I am pleased to welcome our distinguished panels of witnesses today as the Economic and Security Subcommittee focuses on a very important topic that I think there's a lot of bipartisan interest in, and that is the economic and geostrategic challenge that the rise of China poses for the United States, not just today, but in the future. The Communist Party-led People's Republic of China, through unfair trade practices, intellectual property theft, market manipulation, and very prominently, in my view, non-reciprocal treatment, not just in the economic realm, but in many realms, has been a force in the global economy that undercuts the resiliency and strength of the U.S. economy. China has been one of the world's fastest growing economies, averaging close to 10% growth from 1979 to 2015. In 2014, China overtook the United States as the world's largest economy on purchasing power parity basis, according to the International Monetary Fund. I believe that there is a strong bipartisan interest, hopefully we will see that today, in establishing a long-term economic United States strategy with our allies that focuses on reciprocity, intellectual property theft, and ultimately, from the United States perspective, outcompeting the Chinese. In May, the White House issued its document called the United States Strategic Approach to the People's Republic of China. This document stated, quote, "The Chinese Communist Party's expanding use of economic, political, and military power compels acquiescence from nation-states across the globe, harms vital American interests, and undermines the sovereignty and dignity of countries and individuals around the world." This document is part of the broader national security strategy issued a couple years ago by the Trump administration and national defense strategy issued by the Department of Defense. These documents, although you don't see it in the press, in my view, have very strong bipartisan support in the Congress for laying out the challenge that our nation faces with regard to China. What they lack right now is implementing documents, implementing strategies, particularly as it relates to the economic challenge that China poses. So what our hearing intends to do today is to start the focus on the implementation and execution of these strategies. As I mentioned, I think these strategies have broad-based bipartisan support, but we're going to need to be able to bring our government, our society together for the long term, literally decades, like we did in the Cold War with the Soviet Union, if we're going to execute these in a way that protect American interests, our workers, our economic and national security interests. I'm hopeful that that's the path that we are beginning on. The Trump administration, in a series of speeches through cabinet members in the last few weeks, has started to lay out this strategy. I know that Secretary Pompeo, as we speak, is testifying in front of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and I am hopeful with our two panel of witnesses today, government witnesses and experts from the private sector and think tank community, we'll be able to start informing the Congress on this issue, which I think is one of the most important issues facing the United States. So that's our goal, and I'm excited to have Ranking Member Markey as my ranking member here. I know he feels the same on a lot of the issues with regard to the challenges that China poses.